Hello there. It's getting dark now, so I'm going to make this the last recording of this particular batch, where we move on to number 27. And unlike the previous two I mentioned, this one is a new entry, which is a bit of a shocker. But at the same time, I've got to argue for, I can't say misunderstanding the track, but just I don't know, not giving the credit where the credit should. It's a tough one. I don't know how to say this one. It is from 1990. So think about that one. It's actually 30 years old this year. And it's the first time it's ever featured in my chart, which is a bit weird. Depeche are back. This is the third time they've featured, which means are they the band that have 5 tracks? Or have they got 4? Or have they only got 3? Is this the last time they appear? We'll find out. A few different ones I could pick. Classic album, Violator. I keep trying to want to say that it's their best, but then I keep coming up with another one. But they're for later. They're for later charts. I've got album charts that come up every 10 years as well. So I'll discuss that more there. This track, oh my god, is such a biggie. This track is a track that I just react to so strongly whenever I hear it. Whenever anyone lets me get anywhere near a Spotify account during a party, this is the first thing that comes on. And if I'd have been having my big party this year and doing my little DJ slot that I was planning to, it would have 100% featured. It would have been the first one on my list. It might not have been the first one that I played, but it would have been the first one on the list. Of course, I am speaking about Personal Jesus. Personal Jesus is such an important song that it has actually become the ringtone for when Athena calls me on my mobile phone. So whenever I hear it, it gives me a little bit of a smile and it makes me realise my wife's calling. Not really about relationship breakups. About sexuality and the way that Depeche can talk about these things. A lot of fun, nostalgia in there, of course, definitely. But over time, it's just become more of a go-to song. And I just thought when I was compiling the chart, I thought I can't really not have this in. Based on the way it makes me feel and the way I react whenever I hear it, it should be much higher, but I can't argue for having it higher than this in terms of the quality level. It's not good enough to be in that top 20, although it's definitely fun enough to be in that top 20, but that's the tough decisions you have to make, and that's why it sits here at number 27, where I think it sits rather nicely. If you haven't heard this, it's the only thing I know what to. It's like, how can you not have heard it? If you think you haven't heard it, as soon as you start playing it, you'll realise you have. And if anybody writes in or comments that they haven't before, I'm honestly, I'm going to be so shocked. Please write a note or comment if you've never heard this track. The fact that it was one of their biggest singles, and the fact that, like, I got would be a bit of a shock if you then admit to not having heard it. I forgot to say in the earlier post as well. Again, this thing of it's not that long since I started, even though it's quite a while until you see this video. But I have been getting comments in different forums on the WordPress and on the YouTube channel itself. Not so much on the Facebook page, but I still hope people are being able to see it through there. But keep them coming in, because it's kind of cool to see people's reactions, and I'll try and comment when I can. Sometimes I get delayed notifications about those, but as soon as I see them, I tend to try and reply. But it's good to have a bit of dialogue going on with this. And we're coming to the end of these videos, because I'm still thinking about how I'm going to put together the package for the top 20, and as this is 27, I've only got a few more videos left to do in this way. So while I'm thinking about that, we can have a little chat online. So sit back and enjoy Personal Jesus. But if you sit back, it's kind of weird because it kind of makes you want to get up and jump around a bit. Have fun.